How can you stop surviving each day and start living again? What's up, team? This is Mike, and I want to talk to you about how to maximize the potential out of each and every day of your life. And we're going to do that by looking at two different kinds of activities: active ones versus passive ones. And so think about the average day in your life. Think about the average Saturday, maybe, when you have no real work to do and you're just free to do whatever you want to an extent. Obviously that's not necessarily true, especially for those of us that have homes or families, or there's still responsibilities on your day off. But think about it and sort your time into this active activities versus passive ones. And passive ones, we all know these things. A lot of us set goals to limit these things. That's screen time, that's scrolling time, that's videos, video games, TV, movies even, right? It's these things that we just sit down and we consume. The main goal is just to pass time. Get home from work, you watch TV because you're tired, you're just trying to pass time and get through the day with as little effort as possible. But the active things are a little bit different, right? Active things require action. It's about creating things. It's about going places. It's about building things, building relationships and friendships with other people, learning new skills, right? These things require action. They require effort, and they require energy. And the problem is, a lot of times when we don't have energy, we choose the passive things instead of active things. Here's the deal. Active things, even though they require effort, they require energy, a lot of times they will pump that and then some back into you. They will pump you back full of energy. All the energy you've expelled doing that thing, they will fill you back up. But passive things, I know if I spend a lot of time just laying around watching videos, I end with less energy than I started, than if I would have just got up off of my butt and done something that I enjoy. Because here's the thing, active activities, they build us up. They make us feel good. And they really add value to our lives. One of the other things in regards to passive versus active time, think about how oftentimes you spend those. Passive activities oftentimes it's spent you just alone in a room by yourself. But a lot of times these active things, it gets us out. It gets us engaged with other people. It gets us to leave our room. And it gets us to really experience life. It builds us up. So think about those lists. Think about those things that you do. The passive versus active ones. Which ones do you feel like really add value to your life? Which ones do you truly enjoy doing? Which ones really give you energy, give you joy? Which ones are really restful, that you would say are truly restful activities, and which ones just kind of drain you? But here's the deal. If you spend too much time in passive activities, you will end up passively giving your life away. That you will end up passively following the lusts of your heart. You will end up passively following the ways of the world, whatever culture says you should be doing. That's what you'll end up doing. Because when you're just passively engaged, when you're living a passive life, you're just going to drift around doing whatever feels good, whatever other people are telling you to do. Do not do that. Let's get action. Let's engage in active activities that build us up, that improve us, that make us better, that really just lift and elevate our life. You see, as people, we were made to create, not just to consume. So let's not just become pure consumers. Let's be creators. Let's be people that do things. Think about the people that you value, the people that you admire, that inspire you. They do stuff. They get out and do it. They don't just sit around passively engaging with media. If you love to take pictures, don't just watch videos of people taking pictures. Go do something. Go take pictures. If you love to play sports, don't just listen to media about sports, but go out and play some sports. Find a club, find some friends, find a community. Don't just be consuming about and researching and learning about the things that you love, but go out and actually do them. We're not made just to consume. We're made to create. So I want to ask you a question. What is something that you used to do that you really enjoyed doing, but recently, or maybe not so recently, you stopped doing? Maybe you stopped doing it because you feel like you don't have the time, or maybe you don't feel like you don't have the energy. But I want to encourage you, whatever that thing is, go do it again. Make a plan to do it again. Like if you used to paint, make a plan to start painting again. You have time, you have the energy. And let me tell you, if you get home from work and you're exhausted, you're going to feel a lot more alive after you finish that painting than after you finish that movie. That day is going to be much more valuable if you create something, if you do something, if you build something versus if you just consume something. And on the other hand, what is something that you've always thought would really be cool to try? Well, why not try it? Why not do it? Let's stop making excuses for why you can't learn to do that thing, why you can't go to that place, why you can't do it. And let's start. Let's learn new hobbies. Let's learn new skills. And let's make this, our lives, just a life of action so that we can go out and do things and build things and just really elevate our life experiences and as well as our impact on the lives of others. Because when you just sit around consuming things, you're not going to leave much of an impact on other people's lives. But when you go out and actually do stuff, you make things, you do things with other people, man, you're going to be making an impact on the lives of others, which is also going to increase the value and enjoyment of your life. Yeah, you might be more tired at times than if you just stayed at home consuming something. But let me tell you what, you are going to enjoy it a lot more. You're going to be more at rest than if you just stayed home to rest. You know what I'm saying? Like your spirit, your mind, your heart will be more at rest and have more joy than if you just stayed home and did nothing. So I want to finish with a quote from old Theodore Roosevelt, old Teddy. In a famous quote from him, it says, "Get action. Get action. Do things. Be sane. Don't fritter away your time with these passive activities." That's what I added in. Create, act. Take a place wherever you are and be somebody. Get action. Wherever you are, be somebody. Wherever you are, do something meaningful and get action. We're not meant to consume, we're made to create. Don't just stop surviving each day, but start living again. Well, let's get after it.